What's your handle on your social media?
So DawsonD_. That's our Instagram. Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind?
It's a bit of a personal question. No,
that's okay.
29, mate.
29? Pretty young.
Thank you.
Younger than me, that's for sure. Where are you from originally?
Melbourne. So from the Mornington Peninsula in Melbourne.
Okay, amazing. How do you like it here at Halal Money?
I love it. I love it. It's an awesome day. So I work for Hijaz. So Halal Money is obviously a big project we've been working on for ages. So it's cool to see it come to life.
What content people know you for?
Probably my podcast. So Dawson D.
Okay.
Started that 4 years ago with my best mate. Just started as two kind of guys in their mid-20s wanting to kind of create a bit of bit of content, have a bit of fun, and then gained a bit of a following. And our podcast just started getting bigger and bigger guests. And I love doing it, absolutely.
Oh, what do you talk about?
So we interview a lot of different people. So our podcast predominantly now is more entertainment based. We have people from high level athletes to musicians to content creators to crime journalists to
Quite diverse.
Everyone, very diverse. Yeah,
that's amazing. And you talk about life and in general,
everything.
Conversation.
Yeah, exactly. General conversation and trying to be curious. That's our main element, is trying to be curious and also try and be relatable to the viewer and ask relatable things. Not surface level. We go deeper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out his podcast, just be down here below.
Love it.
Are you more introverted or extroverted?
Oh, that's a good one. I reckon I'm definitely naturally more extroverted. I'm a socialite. I love meeting new people.
I can feel that.
Yeah, good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
Depends what it is. So what do you think that question means? Is it more
like, for example, speaking to a camera in public, or just approaching a stranger and having a conversation with them, something like that?
Yeah, so I would say in terms of being able to have a conversation with a stranger, I can do it, no worries.
Easily.
Going up and introducing myself, having a bit of a background in sales, so being able to go and just networking events and things like that. I'm not a sleazy salesman, I'm not slimy, more just being able to approach someone and not be afraid of rejection. I think that's really something I've learnt for a long time. And then
So you'd say about 8 out of 10?
Mate, let's say not too. Let's go.
Let's
7.
be a bit more humble.
Yeah, let's be
7.
6 or 7. Yeah, 6.5.
Good. Can you share a moment when you felt really confident? Just any moment.
Any moment.
Yeah. Maybe a day in the life, or.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a good question. A moment I probably felt my most confident was probably actually the first time I came into Hijaz and did our first ever podcast. When you do something for a long period of time, like 4 or 5 years producing podcasts, coming in and them wanting my help and expertise in that field to come in and do that, I kind of felt really confident and empowered to do my role.
Someone actually needs your
trusted
services.
me.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you boost your confidence in challenging situations?
One of my biggest, one thing I always think about is life's too short, so you may as well just do it. You live only once. Yeah, and we're from Melbourne, so we flew into Sydney. At one point, we were flying over the beach, and the people were so tiny and small. I thought, we are just so tiny, it doesn't even matter. Right? Just go for it.
Yeah. That's amazing advice, guys.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt social anxiety?
100%. Yeah.
How do you overcome it, or how did you overcome it?
Well, it's funny, podcasting, I love it, and it's something I do, and people probably see what we do and we speak so naturally. But getting up in front of an audience, public speaking, I reckon I'd definitely get anxiety doing that. Yeah.
Wow. That'd be a big step forward. Yeah,
for sure.
But then I know, right? But when you present and you finish that, you feel so great. You feel like on another level.
Yeah, you actually feel so amazing. You go, why didn't I do that before?
I know, right? How do you handle social situations that make you anxious?
Rip it off like a band-aid. Just do it. Yeah, I think treating it like that.
That's Aussie way, guys.
Yeah,
listen to it.
The more you think about it, the bigger it's building up in your head. It's actually not that scary.
Yeah, I know, right? So stop overthinking.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Just almost like, I know, what's her name? Mel Robbins. She used to always say, I think it's a 5-second rule. Just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. There's no hesitating. Just count it down, and then at the end, just do it. Yeah.
That's amazing advice. You've heard it, guys. What advice would you give to someone struggling with social anxiety?
Well, it depends what the person's goal is. Like, if their goal is to become a more of a social person, my advice would be just put yourself in more social situations.
Okay.
Because someone who has social anxiety might not want to go out and meet people. So, for example, if someone wants to create more content, well, you have to put yourself in more situations that's going to, make you create more content. So,
And keep practicing it.
yeah, keep practicing it, yeah.
Do you think speaking to a camera is different from speaking to a person?
Very different. Yeah, I think it's so different. But at the same time, I still think both have similarities in aspects. So speaking to a camera, I don't know, how do you feel? Do you feel like sometimes you have to put on a bit of a show?
A little bit.
Yeah, see? Like, there's probably like an element of like, oh, am I being authentically myself?
I know, right?
Or am I...
You want to be authentic, but it doesn't turn out that way sometimes.
So you're trying your best to like be natural, but you can't help know that there's a hint of like, I don't know if it's a facade, but it's a mixture.
So it's hard to get that balance right sometimes. Yes,
exactly.
I understand.
These are good questions.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have you ever felt awkward speaking to a camera?
Yes. Yeah, we have to do like a bunch of ad reads for our podcast sometimes, and I remember our one of our first ads. I remember it took like 20 goes to get it.
20? Wow, shit,
Like,
that's crazy.
It was insane, but we got through it, and now it just becomes more natural. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Yeah.
And how about in public?
I still get really nervous.
Yeah.
Like for example,
people like walking by and look at you. And
I struggle with that. Like even sometimes, like for example, I want to create some content for my own TikTok or personal brand, and I'll be walking through the airport and I'm holding the camera up, and I still think like, oh, everyone's looking at me, But in reality, it doesn't, like, so everyone forgets about it tomorrow.
Exactly right, man. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
People will forget about you the next day or so, even in the next 15 minutes, because everyone is in their thoughts, in their minds.
Everyone's so focused on themselves. I know it sounds like selfish, but it's true. Everyone's lives are too important for them. Like, they have no time to think about you.
Exactly. Yeah. So people are naturally egoistic, I guess.
Yeah, exactly right.
What tips would you give to those who wants to start their content creation journey?
I would say pick something that you're passionate about to create content about.
Okay.
That's how we started. We started talking about things that we loved, and then we had no aim or goal to become a big podcast or earn money from it. It was just started off enjoyment, and then because I was doing it with my best friend, every time you did it, it was fun and funny, and you just have fun.
Yeah,
and then, and then
so
you get to talk about the things you enjoy. So, for example, you obviously with your shop and coffee and being able to help people, like you enjoy helping people, you create content through helping people. It just becomes like, it's not even a job. You just love it.
Yeah, you just go with the flow. Yeah. If you were to give one life advice to everyone who's watching, it can be anything. What would you say?
Oh, gosh, that's a deep question.
So it doesn't have to be long, just like one sentence. Yeah. Whatever you've experienced from your life or whatever you've learned from your life.
I would say...
you see? Amazing view.
Wow, God, it's
crazy. Yeah, right?
I would say a lot of advice I used to get. Oh, actually, this is going to sound really cheesy and corny, but a saying we always used to say to each other, me and my family, is we love Disney. And Finding Nemo. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
And like one of the sayings from that is just keep swimming. So like no matter what's happening in your life, good stuff, bad stuff, you just have to keep swimming. So that's like advice that we've always said to ourselves, me and my sisters, and my mum and dad, just keep going. The sun comes up tomorrow, so you just got to keep going, Yeah.
Keep swimming, guys, and you'll find your way.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, love it, man.
All right, last few questions. It's a blitz question.
Yeah, all right.
Blitz, very quick one. Your answer should be, rapid fire. Let's go. Best city in Australia?
Melbourne.
Why?
Coffee.
A year without content creation or a year without brand deals?
Year without brand deals.
Brand deals?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of life?
Have fun.
The most unbelievable person you met in the last year?
Oh gosh, that I've met. I'm gonna say, oh my God, that's so hard. You. Let's say you.
All right. The best investment you have ever made?
Buying podcast equipment.
Okay. Have you ever heard about Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Borat. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Boxing or MMA?
Boxing.
Miami or Gold Coast?
Miami.
If you quit your content creation now, what would you replace it with?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would probably be in sport management,
Sport management.
managing talent or players or something. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. That
Thanks,
was
Russ.
amazing.
That was good fun.
Thanks a lot, man.
No, thank you.
That was spot on.